The blazing blue friendship is where we finally see Matt after God knows how many episodes, and we also see the return of our good buddy Joe. Since we saw Mimi in the previous episode, I'm assuming that the Digidestined team will be reuniting very soon, and boy do we need them back together again. Mephismon kidnaps Digimon and sends their energy into one of Milleniummon's shards. Mephismon, and just by the name, you can tell it's a Digimon linked with evil and darkness. It is also a fallen angel Digimon that specializes in black magic. And as demonstrated with Elecmon in the ritual, one of them looks like a ritual specifically for Milleniummon. Gabumon also got captured after failing to stop Mephismon and got separated from Matt. So this is not a joke. Gabumon and the others have a serious problem on their hands. TK reveals that their parents have been separated, which is what we expected, let's be honest, when the reboot was announced. But Matt is more level-headed and strong compared to the first season of Digimon, where you felt that his parents' divorce was always affecting him mentally, hence why he would get depressed and lonely in certain episodes. But here, Matt is like Tai, strong-willed and just carries on with whatever life throws at him. We released a character video on Matt earlier this week talking more in depth about his character throughout the original adventure series, so do go and check that video out. We see the backstory of how Gabumon and Matt first met. Sunumon takes a hit to the face from Algomon in order to protect Matt, and then Matt proceeds to do a Marcus and attack Algomon, which then enabled Sunumon to digivolve into Gabumon. But what was the timeline for this? Was this just before Tai and Algomon met? Because the Algomon were attacking in the network world when Algomon first met Tai. Even if Gabumon and Matt met a month earlier, does that mean for all that time Algomon was just munching on in the network world? Guys, let me know what you think the timeline is down in the comments. Joe sitting down like that and mumbling on about the periodic table is giving me flashbacks of the Bakuman episode in the original adventure. His goofy tactics have been working for over 20 years. Episode 11 of the original adventure if you guys want to have a watch. It's revealed that Gabumon was Matt's first friend. See, now this is the thing. We have only seen the Digidestined being consumed in constant fights and a never-ending mission in the digital world. First, it was the mission to find the Holy Angel Digimon, which goes on, and then the group gets separated after they go to the next continent. The problem is that it's just a constant wave after wave of either action or a set of missions for the Digidestined team to do, and we don't really know much about them as people or their backstories. I knew Matt was a loner, but I didn't know that Gabumon was his first friend. How would any of us know that? We have never seen the characters actually have a normal day back home. We have never seen the characters interact with characters outside the Digidestined group. Look at Digimon Adventure 02. We still saw both teams, the original cast with Tai's group, be here in brief moments, but that group, as well as the 02 cast, have normal lives and interact with other characters outside the group. And I'm talking friends and family here, which will tell us more about the characters. For instance, Ken and his parents, with his parents being concerned that he never interacts with them ever since Sam died. And that is the reason why Ken shut himself from the world. He wasn't just freezing out his parents, but potential friends as well. It was revealed that he never had any friends until both him and Davis's Digivice reacted to the DNA digivolution of XVmon and Stingmon into Pyldramon. And that was the payoff of that little backstory with Pyldраmon's evolution. From other character interactions, we can learn more about these characters. I don't mind if the pacing goes slow, as long as we learn more about them. I think for me anyway, if we had actually seen Matt in some episodes in school and not interact with anyone and actually witness him being a proper loner earlier on in the series, and then see in this scene in today's episode where Matt tells Gabumon that Gabumon is his first friend, I think that would have impacted on the story even more and on Matt's character, because we would have already seen that Matt struggles to make friends, and maybe it's because of his parents' divorce. But then he met Gabumon in the network world, who protected him without hesitation, and then he learns to trust him, which begins his development into trusting the Digidestined and eventually people outside the Digidestined group. They had the opportunity in the beginning when Algomon got defeated. There was that little break back in the real world where we could have seen what the Digidestined get up to in their daily lives. That is where we could have seen some stuff. but it's been mission after mission ever since. Even Izzy has some backstory that was introduced early on in the season but was never addressed since, because of the constant action which always takes the attention of the show and the characters. A combination of Kaiser Nail and the ice attacks that are very reminiscent of a certain Mega Digimon ends up freezing and killing Mephismon, and by the end of the episode the whole team is reunited. At least everyone is back together now. We have found the Holy Angel Digimon, which was the original goal to begin with, and we can finally move forward with the plot. Overall, this episode was okay. I'm just happy we saw Matt again. From seeing the title, I thought we were going to see MetalGarurumon, which we didn't, so that was very disappointing considering he is one of my personal favorites. But at least we saw Matt, some backstory on how him and Gabumon met, as well as the whole team reuniting again. So hopefully we will see MetalGarurumon soon, or we'll probably just get another alternate Mega for Agumon. Who knows? Anyway, thank you for watching this review. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And please guys, in the comments down below, please let me know what character would you guys like me to talk about in the next video. And as always, care for nothing.